Hello and welcome back to Proactive New York. Joining me this afternoon is Jeff Sapersky, CEO at Chesapeake Bank. Jeff, good to see you again. How are you?
To see you too, Christine. Doing well.
That's good to hear. Third quarter results out this week. Not quite the best quarter in the history of the bank, but still an 11.5% increase in earnings from the third quarter a year earlier. How'd you feel the quarter went?
No, we had a great quarter, Christine. We're very pleased with it. With all the things going on and still trying to fight through what's going on with the pandemic in each of our markets, we were very pleased with it, especially being up over last year. It was 3.7 million, which I will take all day long.
The group did manage to increase assets and improve on its non-performing loans. Give us some more detail on what you meant by that.
Correct. Our asset growth has been remarkable over the last year and a half or so during the pandemic. I think we finished 2019 around 949 million, if I remember correctly, and now we're at about 1.3 billion. So we've increased a lot during 2020, and then even since September of last year, we've gone up another 10.3%. So we're having a lot of growth, which is great for us. It's the most growth we've ever had in the history of the bank. So we're accommodating it, but we're pleased to have it, especially as we go toward 2022.
And I recently spoke with Chesapeake Bank's Kevin Wood on the bank's small to medium financing service, Flexent, which he said has seen a significant uptick in business. Give us a quick recap on Flexent.
Sure. Flexent is a receivables financing program for businesses, and it was very adversely impacted by the PPP program. As you can imagine, as money was dropped in from the federal government to all these businesses across the country, their need for receivables financing went away. So as that has little distance has gone between that and PPP funding, our Flexent business has picked up. We just recently rebranded it to Flexent. So we're having a great lift there going into the fourth quarter. We anticipate that going well into 2022 also.
What else should investors be paying attention to going into 2022?
I think like every other financial institution in the country, Christine, a lot of banks have had the benefit of the PPP funding, which we have. We're in our budget for 2022 now. A lot depends on the interest rate environment, depending on what the Federal Reserve does with that. They keep pulling in the window of that a little bit closer as inflation seems to be rearing its head. So that would make a difference for us. Low interest rate environments are not very fertile ground for banks to make money the way they traditionally have. But like Flexent, and we have two other specialty lines, they have always buoyed us during those periods of time, and we anticipate that going into 2022. We're looking forward to a good 2022, even though it'll be very different than the way we made money in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, what's your prediction on that? Are you expecting interest rates to move higher next year?
I do. I think the most recent, if I knew what the Federal Reserve was going to do, I'd be a millionaire. So I never want to predict that. They obviously know what they're doing, but they keep pulling in that window as to when they anticipate tightening in their terms. So I would hope that would be toward the middle part of 2022, and they'd originally had said 2024. They pulled it back to 2023. So I'm hoping sometime next year, especially if inflation persists the way it is. I don't think they'll have much choice. They need to bring that under control, but that would make a difference for us. We're not budgeting for that to happen that soon. We like to be very conservative in our budgeting, but if that were to happen, that would be very helpful to us.
Jeff, really appreciate your thoughts on this and your time today. Thanks a lot.
Christine, thank you. Appreciate your time also. Have a good day.